Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Aceikith Gaming with another League of Legends ranked video. Something a little bit different compared to what I usually do. So we're playing support again like we did in the previous episode. We're playing Blitzcrank this game, which has become sort of one of my main picks when I'm playing normals during the entirety of Season 11. Blitzcrank, especially in the last couple of patches, I've actually been playing quite a lot of. I've just not really played any ranked games. I've not seen an opportunity. So there's a couple of things that are going to be, well, there's one thing mainly a little bit different, I will tell you now. This isn't a solo queue game that I'm actually in. I'm actually with a friend of mine who is playing Jhin, AoChirono. We were playing together on this single game. We have played with each other a few times before in ranked games, but we mainly play with a group of friends, me and Chirono as well. During normals, we played with a group of friends. We have played a few duo games, but they haven't gone exactly that well before. But this game was literally, I just wanted to chill, really, to be honest. But this became a really good game and a very good example of if you can be effective as a support, as well as communicating well together, because that's another thing. Obviously you won't hear from this game specifically, obviously, because this is a replay, but we communicated quite a lot, and that was inevitably how we managed to win lane. So obviously AoChirono is playing Jhin, I'm playing Blitzcrank. We are against a Sivir brand bot lane, which is double Dark Harvest. So they can get Dark Harvest stacks from each other being aggressive, but they are mostly immobile. The only sort of defense that they have is Sivir on one skill. That is it. Apart from that, they are a highly immobile team. So it's going to be quite difficult. But our little issue is that when we group up, is that it is effectively a triple assassin comp. So you've got a Yone, who technically is an assassin. I would say he's more of a fighter, but some people do say that he is a bit of an assassin as well with his playstyle. They've also got a Rek'Sai who's going aggressive. He's using Howler Blade, which there's two different builds you can go. You can go Howler Blade, which is what he's doing, so he's going the more aggressive build. As we get a hook on the brand, we use Ignite straight away to force him to basically say, you either flash or we're killing you right now because of your misposition. And you can see, obviously, my duo partner is running Dark Harvest as well, so he gets they get a Dark Harvest stack as well, which is great for us. Because that's basically what we're looking to do, is just try and get my duo partner as many Dark Harvest stacks as possible. I'm going for another hook. Again, Brand gets mispositioned, and you can see AoChirono just flashes in to try and get that kill. Sadly does not able to do so, but we do manage to also get a heal out. But, you know, very aggressive play this early on. You can see I'm also quite low on mana, so do need to be a little bit careful with that. I probably won't be able to do a full combination if I would like, as you can probably see via the bottom left hand side of the screen. You can see what things I'm able to use. It's grayed out because I'm not actually able to use it because I don't have the mana for it. So I need to try and build the mana back up again, so that way I can do another combo. Brand did back, so Sivir is left alone in lane. She does have some protection in her kit from the Blitzcrank, so I can't just go, okay, I'll go all in. I kind of need to bait it out if I want to go in there. But yeah, so we're doing very, very well. I believe we are both going to back right now. Yes, we are. So I would say very effective start. AoChirono is near enough double farm of the Sivir already. You don't expect the Sivir to do well early because she doesn't require mana scaling. As you can see, she started with a tier. So yes, so going back on the triple assassin comp, as Renekton is already two kills up on the Akali. The only reason why the Renektons died is because the Rek'Sai roamed up to top lane. So yeah, so a triple assassin comp. Akali, Rek'Sai and Yone. You know, I don't expect AoChirono to really survive much. And my goal was try and protect my duo partner as much as possible when we do group up, if we do group up. Because as well as that, we are very much in the likelihood of that when we do group up, they don't really have a front line. If anything, I would say that Rek'Sai needed to do one of two things. It's either make sure that that they snowball hard, then that way their damage is just so high that we can't keep up. Or Rek'Sai should have gone Conqueror and going for more of a tanky build, like a bruiser build. So you can see myself and Lilia starting to do Dragon. I do see the Rek'Sai, so I do just ping the Lilia to say, no, let's get away from that. She's still looking to try and do it, not realising, I don't think maybe, that the Rek'Sai is there. And Rek'Sai is actually waiting for it all to be done. And yeah, so I just tell Lydia, no, you're too low on health. You know, let's just back away for the moment. I believe that there was possibly a ward around, but I think I would have seen it if that was the case. So a little bit unfortunate that we couldn't get the Drake there and then. Lilia did make one little mistake, I think, with the Ruin build. I don't know if Lilia does go Conqueror at times. I know normally Lilia's go Dark Harvest. So it might have been a mistake. It might have been something where, like, you know, oh, I can use Conqueror, and that way I can heal myself through the Ruin. Then that way I'm able to be a little bit more tankier in team fights. Because you can see with our team comp, you've got a Talon, you've got a Blitzcrank. So Blitzcrank, if Talon gets fed as well as a Renekton, I can kind of like, oh, I'll hook somebody. So that way Renekton and Talon can do work. Yeah, but it depends on what I was looking to do. So the Lily is just hovering around. The Rek'Sai does have to pull away. He does. I think he was actually looking for a gank, but he decided not to. And as you can see, like, I've just put a ward up, and the Rek'Sai I know is there. I'll go and try to get a hook on him, and you're gonna see something in a minute that, you know, it's unfortunate of what happened at first. I do effectively have to use it. Yeah, and the Rek'Sai manages to steal the Drake. I think, okay, he's got the Drake. Let's just kill him. You know, at least get something out of it. And we do manage to do that. So we lose the first Drake. Lilia did smite a little bit too early, I believe. But yes, we do manage to get the kill on the Rek'Sai. So that is one good thing at least. But, you know, take the best of a bad scenario. That's what I would say. So yes, unfortunate that that we do not manage to get the first Drake, because, you know, with me being a jungle player at the start of the season, I was heavily concentrated in making sure I was getting near enough every single Drake all the time, and if I was always getting frustrated if I couldn't do that. But losing first Drake isn't the end of the world. It's still early. We're doing pretty well in lane. We are at the moment. We're almost double farm of the Sivir compared to my duo partner, which is great at the moment. So it does seem like that we're able to put on a little bit more pressure. It's either that Sivir doesn't look very comfortable on the champion, or it could be a factor of that they don't really trust the brand all that much. But I will say that although me and AoChirono are both duo partners, we're both duo partners, our duo with us two are the only duo in their team. The other team has two duos. I remember the Sivir and Brand were both duos. I believe the other duo was top and mid, if I remember correctly. Although I could be wrong. As you can see up in the map towards the top, Renekton and Lilia are currently at the moment doing Herald. Akali's hovering over to there. I don't know where the Rek'Sai is at the moment. He is missing on the map. But the Yone is going in as well to try and stop the Renekton and the Lilia from actually doing it. The Akali does manage to kill the Lilia, which is unfortunate. But yes, it's a little bit unfortunate. The Talon was just moving back into lane. The Yone then gets killed by the Renekton. Renekton, for an early game champion, needs a snowball. he's doing exactly that. He's 4-on-1 at the moment. So Renekton is having a great game himself at the moment. Renekton is due to be getting another nerf, and he's been consistently getting nerfs, but this isn't even devoted towards any type of solo queue. These nerfs are being directed towards pro play. So the nerfs, although it does affect the champion, yes, but it doesn't directly affect how he's played in normal typical games, say for example. It is mainly in between pro players. So we're starting to try and do a little bit more damage to tower. I can't really go forward because Brand will just W and Q, and Sivir will then be able to Q, and they will both get a Dark Harvest stack from me. And probably from just the burn damage alone, even though it's early, Brand could still kill me. So I do have to be a bit careful in making sure that it's basically try and misplace one of the two with the hook, with my hook. I can't just go in randomly. Because as you can see, the Brand is just trying to stop me from coming further forward. You can see some more pings are going off, and the reason being is because there's another fight going up in top lane, and Renekton does get shut down by the Akali. So the Akali's now got a couple of kills. Renekton's already managed to get Gorgon down. So not even 12 minutes in and he's already got his mythic. Lilia is about halfway done with her mythic. Akali did rush boots, which is probably the right thing to do, is rushing boots against a Renekton. She needs to have a lot of movement. But Renekton can actually stop some of the movement if he does time some of his skills right. The Sivir just doing another Q, just as like a warning shot, I guess, but doesn't quite reach me. Excuse me. So we're still pushing in lane, which is great. Near enough, AoChirono has almost got 100 bombs. As bought Swift Foot Boots. And you can see I get another hook, and this time I can use my ultimate. And there you go, Brand does use ultimate. But all he gets is a single Dark Harvest stack. Rek'Sai was just on his way as well, so it was actually a good opportune time to get the kill when we did. But now we know where Rek'Sai is, and I think, right, let's look for him. Where is he? Because Talon and Lilia are in the area. Rek'Sai knows that, and yeah, he just has to go away. And yeah, so Yone's in mid lane as well. We're just gonna clear mid as quickly as we can, try and push that lane in. Talon is gonna go for an all-in on the Sivir, by the looks of it, but the Sivir does just about manage to get away. I managed to catch the Rek'Sai, and Yone is like, I've got to go in. And Yone is basically near enough trapped in. Renekton gets a solo kill on the Talon. And watch this. Waits a while, missed the third shot. In comes the solo shot, and Yone is dead. And I'll be honest, that was a very, very good last shot. One of the hardest things to do as a Jhin player is trying, especially with ult, is to try and actually execute the last shot, especially because with Jin's passive with his auto attack is that every fourth shot you can see with the bullet icons underneath the mana bar, they are the ammunition to Jin's auto attack gun. The fourth shot always does extra damage, and that includes the ultimate as well. So the fourth shot with the ultimate does extreme amounts of damage, and if you can get that in a team fight onto somebody who's very important, you know, that can turn the tides of a fight. Yeah, Rek'Sai is now starting to do Drake. I don't want them to get the second Drake, and you can see the Rek'Sai is just a little bit scared now, but the Talon going in for another all-in. And yes, we do manage to get the Rek'Sai, so Rek'Sai's down. The Yone is about to go down in a moment, but not, well, actually no, he does not, because the Lilia pulls away. I am now just going to focus on just trying to distract the rest of the team, so that way they can't get the Drake. And we managed to do so. So Lilia does get the second Drake. So now, if I remember correctly, yes. So it's Inferno Drake that Inferno Soul that we're fighting for, which is the most powerful of the 4 dragons, I would say, based on damage. Obviously, there is a lot of damage in League already, so adding this into the game is quite a big thing. Unfortunately, we do have the Talon get killed, and we also get AoChirono did unfortunately get killed in that as well. But Chirono also now has Gale Force, which is a very important add-on for Jhin, because the one and only thing about Jhin is that his lack of mobility. Once Jhin gets Gale Force, his weakness is then not quite so much of a problem anymore. So yeah, so we're having a very good game in bot lane. I haven't died yet. I'm the only one, apart from the Sivir in this entire game, that has not actually lost a single had a single death yet. Yone dies again, you know, overextending, allowing a Blitzcrank to get an easy hook. Even with an ult, he's just not really able to do anything. Rek'Sai ults in. Unfortunately, his Talon dies again, but Rek'Sai is just so aggressive. You know, it's kind of like, yes, okay, you've gotten a kill, which is great, but you're dying yourself in the process, and this allows Lilia to be able to either do objectives or gain some of his camps, or be able to pressure towers even more. You know, it depends on what he wants to do. So we're having a good game in bot lane. Top lane is doing quite well. The Akali has got some kills now, but they're still quite far behind the Renekton. Renekton's already got boots and is now working towards the second item. Akali is probably nearing their mythic, but they still haven't quite got it just yet. We're now going to back, because at this point now we are about to get my mythic, which is the final mythic for our team, which will get a Locket of the Iron Solarian. So for what is, I would say, a very attacking focused team that doesn't mind long extended fights to a degree. Obviously Renekton's a very good duelist. Talon's a very good duelist in most aspects as well. But Jhin can focus really hard on teamfights. But to get through to the Jhin is basically Blitzcrank is going to have to come through as Renekton ults and gets a kill on the brand. He does TP down to try and actually get a kill, I believe, on the Sivir as well, but isn't really able to do it quite also much. You can see Sivir is still staying along in lane. If I'd gotten that hook, that would have been a kill straight away. You can see Yone is going all in on me, and yeah, unfortunately, I do have the flash and also ignite the Yone. Unfortunately, I do die, so I am now got my first death. Hoping that AoChirono can get the kill, but unfortunately, not quite so much, because Yone's dueling ability is just so high. But we do have to be careful with the Renekton as well, because obviously Sivir is just behind him. Talon is pressuring top lane as well, which is great to see. As you can see, I like the Talon's name, and me and AoChirono joked about this. The name of the Talon, support can't carry. It's kind of saying that actually, you know, like obviously most supports can't solo carry, obviously, but you know, I'm background carrying quite well, and we talked about this obviously before the game even started, that my my support abilities, especially this season, has come through very well and quite so far, and because of that, we're able to just deal so much damage. I've been so effective. I'm just going to use ult now, just to try and hyper push the bot lane. You know, Drake is about to come up, so I would like to be able to get this first Inferno Drake. I don't know where everybody else is, but Lilia is pressuring the top lane for some reason. Well, that's what I was thinking at first, is why are we pressuring there? I do miss position massively, but you can see Lilia is it's probably not doing the right thing in the long term by not sticking around for Drake, but the Lilia is in fact instead focusing on making sure that we can at least pressure in one of the towers. Unfortunately we lose Herald before we can fully take in the well, what's it called? The inhibitor. But yes, we're doing pretty good at the moment so far, I'd say. Like that second death I didn't need to take. That was just my mistake on my part. I believe that was the only actual mistake I made all game. And that was more because I was a bit confused to why Lilia was in top lane. But then I figured out the reason why, and it was kind of like I could see the reasoning behind it, but that's obviously my play style. Is I like to be able to just every single Drake as and when I can. Yeah, so Sivir mispositions. I do end up getting knocked up by the Rek'Sai and missing the Sivir as well. But yeah, you can see Renekton is just so powerful that, you know, he's able to just do so much damage. Renekton's 10 and 3. All he's got is 2 items. He's got Gorgon Cat and he's got Steric's Gauge, which is quite effective against this team comp. So Renekton's having a very good game. Seems like it was a very good champion to go with, and that sometimes is what it all is just deciding what champion you're going to go with is sometimes the reason to how you win. Like you can see we've got a good front line. Yeah, so we've got a good front line. We've also got a very good support that is able to allow what is the front line to be able to do a lot of damage, because it's not like it's a tank. It's a Renekton that is obviously at the front line, which is a very effective frontliner for what is a bruiser. As you can see, I'm now going to just hide inside of the darkness. So I'm just going to pause it here and go back just a tiny little bit if I can. If I go back, where is it? So if I go,
the stars and I.
if I get this up again, I will show you what I'm talking about. So you can see I'm here. Obviously, at the moment, you'll see where I am. But if I toggle this over to blue, you can see I'm non-existent. They don't know where I am. If somebody comes to about here, I'm going to be able to queue from here, right over to here. And then everybody in our team is able to then go, right, okay, this is a free kill. And this is a kind of what I'm trying to do throughout the rest of this game now. It's basically enable free kills. But you can see Yone goes in for an all-in on the Renekton, try and kill him. He just does not have that ability to be able to kill him outright. And yeah, so Yone gets killed in a small part of the team fight. And yeah, and then we get a little bit of mispositioning from the Akali. Obviously, Akali is an assassin, but it's just not able to really take all the damage that was there. So yeah, so we're being quite effective, which is what I want to do. At this stage in the game now, you're going to notice some of my playing style is to try to help each individual player. And that was basically my game plan. It's not devote all of my time towards one player. I'm going to try to devote as much time as I can to each individual player to see each of their needs. So AoChirono, say for example, is playing the Jhin, who's my duo partner. I basically said to them at this point of the game, I believe we can end this very soon. So my goal is yes, I will pill for you, but for us to be ultra effective is to basically be like, if we can get easy kills, then that will be perfect. So like, say for example in bot lane, Brand is out of position and so is the Sivir. Renekton's already on the Brand. And now at this point, I'm just going to now focus on trying to make sure that they cannot get away. And they don't even need my help, even though I'm down there. But yeah, so it's basically my game plan is just try and be effective. Sivir's down, Brand's down, so the AD carry is out of it for the moment, as well as their support. So we're obviously able to do that, but they're also pressuring top lane at the moment on the blue team. And that's the Akali and the Yone. That is because kind of really what they're doing at the moment. And the talent does ping out to it, wondering why are they up there. We're pressuring 2 different turrets at their base now. And I basically just think, okay, let's just take these 2 turrets down now. We do almost manage to fully push in the mid turret, but the Rek'Sai does manage to put off the Lilia from that. But we do obviously need to be careful. It is a brand Sivir, obviously. But yeah, so we managed to get the bot lane base turret, which is great for us. We're now going to go move straight over to mid lane and go and get that turret, which is mostly gone. Sivir uses ult. And yeah, so obviously we're now at the point where we think we can end. But Drake is about to come up as well. So let's try and think about that. Lilia has now just revived. Talon starts up the Drake. I'm just going to stay inside of the darkness, and that way they're not able to see me. Renekton and Jhin is now both going to just try and take down as much of the team as possible. Rek'Sai goes down, obviously coming into their jungle, but not really thinking, well, red team is probably in there anyway, which we were. So Rek'Sai goes down again. Rek'Sai's not having a great game, neither is the Akali. Well, on all aspects of their entire team, I'd say the only one that's had an okay-ish game is the Yone, but the Yone has died a fair few times because he obviously is getting caught out across multiple of us. So we're going to start trying to push and this is another mistake that I do make. And yeah, so I end up getting caught out. I think that was just me disrespecting the amount of damage that Yone can do for me. Although Blitzcrank is tanky, he's not tanky to the aspect of, like, say for example, my Tom Kent game that I played a couple of episodes ago. He's no way as tanky as that, obviously. So yeah, so that misplay was on my part. Renekton does actually end up building a Guardian Angel 3rd item, which is interesting. Yone goes for an all-in on the Renekton. Renekton is 2 levels above the Yone, by the way, and Renekton is quite fed as well. And it's not like Renekton is just being top lane and that is it. It's because, like, he's actually been very effective. And he's playing Renekton quite well. Like, I would say Renekton is not a top laner that I would pick myself, if I'm entirely honest. But Renekton's doing very, very well at the moment. You know, considering that Renekton is probably not the best of picks at this very moment. So myself and Lilia are now both going to go in for an all-in. As you can see, the Yone goes in for the all-in on the Lilia. Lilia gets caught out, as do I. But, and yeah, so I'm now going to die again. And so another mistake from me. But we are trying to get in the ult for Jhin. But Jhin does get caught out. He gets killed by the Sivir. But Renekton's power, because he has become a bit fed, is now possibly going to show if he can. Remember, he has got a Guardian Angel, so he is going to be able to revive. But the question is, does he even need it? And will it be effective? You can see that. A triple kill for the Talon. Is he going to get a quadra kill? Yes, there you go. Quadra kill. The only one that is alive is Brand, and we don't know where the Brand is. He's probably based long by now. I'm thinking, right, can we defend it? But at this point, you can see the Brand's now in mid lane. So Talon unfortunately won't be able to get the pentakill, but a very effective fight there. That was from the Talon and the Renekton as well. You know, bearing in mind the start of the team fight was not quite so good. I ended up dying as well as the Lilia, but although Chirono has obviously not been able to do a great amount of damage in this game because of it being a triple assassin comp, Renekton and Talon is able to back my duo partner up because they've just been fed. A typical Talon and Talon and Renekton players won't be able to do this amount of damage. So that's because they've played their lane very well. So it's not just about knowing your champion, it's about knowing the master. So we're almost half an hour in. So at this point, so my thinking is that at this point, Renekton is, yes, very far ahead, but he is going to start falling off. So at this point, I start thinking, we do have some scaling in places. Like obviously, AoChirono is obviously an infinite scaling champion because of Dark Harvest, but it's not. But obviously, you've got Sivir, they got Brand, and you can see Talon just gets another kill on Yone. Like why Yone was there, I do not know. And we're back to going for a proper all-in attack. I get a Sivir. I just make sure that the Lilia is able to get the kill on the Sivir. If they weren't, then obviously I was going to be taking the kill. I also get Lilia the kill for the NVIDIA, for the Akali. Getting some management up there. So very effective game. Brand does get in the ult. I can probably tell that the Yone is quite tilted because of how the game has gone. Bear in mind, like for us, we've built two big items, obviously to help out our team. Brand is a support carry, and I don't really even think that Brand needed to go Brand. You know, he would have been effective as any other type of support, whether it's an enchanter or a tank support like myself, for example. And there you go, there you have it, there's the game. So overall, a very hard fought win. A triple assassin comp obviously can work if you snowball, but the snowballing went on the other way. The Renekton obviously is an early game champion, is a supreme duelist, one of the best duelists in the game, I would say. Not as good as, like, say, Fiora, but it was able to abuse the Akali's squishiness quite heavily in the early game. And that was probably how the Renekton ended up managing to actually win the game from a very early start of the game. As well as the Talon, obviously he's an assassin but goes Conqueror because obviously his lane opponent is quite tanky and is a very supreme fighter himself. So both of them did very effective. AoChirono obviously going against a triple assassin comp, they have to be very careful about where they position. If they don't be careful, they can very easily get taken out. And that was kind of what some of the issues that I was having was, yes, I was having a good game, but I would say 3 of the 4 deaths that I had, I didn't need to die for it because, you know, I could have been more effective as support. I could have positioned better, but it was for me. It was a line I was trying to help out. As I said earlier on, it's trying to help out every single player. But I guess what I probably could have done is try and support my AD carry a little bit more, so that way they can do as much damage as they can. If not, focus on trying to make sure that the Renekton and the Talon is able to get their kills on the enemy as quickly as possible. So that way, full-on team fights will be enough in our favour in a much more efficient way. So I'm going to leave it there. If you do like the video, don't forget to give it a like on the video. It does help the channel quite a lot. And if you do wish to view more content such as this, then please subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy Dead by Daylight, I am looking to start doing some more Dead by Daylight videos again in the near future. One of the reasons is because the brand new chapter, which is the Hellraiser chapter, which features Pinhead, comes out as of my recording this video, which is on Tuesday, by the way. It actually comes out later on today, so I am going to be recording. So by the time that you actually see the video, I've probably already recorded some content that is due to go up, and I may even do 2 videos in 1 week as of next week. So I do hope you look forward to that if Dead by Daylight has been a little bit more of your thing. But I do appreciate all of the support that you all have been giving me over the past several weeks. And I really, really do hope that you enjoy the videos that I've been presenting so far to you guys. But otherwise, that'll be it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you again next time.